Right now, the Market Vendor.
Yes, it is me, Market Vendor, bright and early today, boy. Let me tell you, Derek Foster from Automotive Art, he said that number 1, number 2, and number 3 problem, he says corruption. You understand? Without a doubt, corruption was the number 1, number 2, and number 3 issue plaguing business and must be addressed. He went on to say that while he had a lot of faith this was going to be done because of the pre-election expounding during last year's election campaign, a year had passed and I don't see any activity taking place on that front. He went on to say that the government was saddled with a lot of fixing after it took up the office. And he said attention had to be paid to more urgent matters, such as the broken sewage system, which demanded immediate attention. However, he said enough time had elapsed for legislation to be enacted to deal with corruption. And he went on to issue some positive things, but today we're really talking about what he's talking about, which is the corruption. So it is also interesting to note that the president of one of the opposition political parties is also saying that, let the chips fall where they should fall. She too is saying that she is for corruption to be stamped out and for people to be held to be accountable. Now let me tell you something. Considering that a lot of the corruption, apparent corruption, alleged corruption, and perceived corruption, as well as real corruption, occurred during the tenure of her party in office, I think it is only fair to say that she's a very brave lady, because if the chips are going to fall where they may fall, some may fall fairly close to home. Oh, Lord. But I too, Market Vendor, you understand? As somebody who's trying to live, the straight and the narrow path, try to pay my bills, try to pay my taxes, try not to rob nobody, try not to thief nothing from the body, you understand? As somebody who tried to do that and eke out a little living here in this little country, I think it is a little bit unfair that we should be paying the price for the level of corruption that went on in this country. While certain people are walking about, well, shall we say, large and in charge. Well, not necessarily in charge, but large and seemingly in charge. So we really would like to see some action on that front. I am sure that you, the people out there so in the public listening, would like to see some people in stripes. You understand? And not the stripes that you would get, from one of the stores down here so in Lime Grove. The kind that you would get from the place up in St. Philip. Because you would like to see justice done in the name of the public. I Market Vendor. I ain't looking for vengeance, looking for justice. You understand? So if corruption has occurred in Barbados, and we heard that morning, noon, and night during the campaign, we feel that something ought to be done to bring the alleged perpetrators to face their day in court, give them an opportunity to clear the name, and if they can't clear the name, if you did the crime, then you will do the time. Market gone for now. Have a blessed and a wonderful day. You hear? Yeah.